All right. Well, we're not done yet, Trav. I know it's like already
Is this the longest Nifty Show day of all time?
Tell you what, we have another guest, and I try to keep it to 3, but what's been happening is that there's so much great stuff, and I'm like, we just need to supersize the show and have additional guests on because there's other cool projects. This one just, I think, is fantastical in its presentation. It's called The Chronicles of Dr. Zammsy, and it looks like these guys are taking storytelling on blockchain in a digital collectible set to the next level. Gentlemen, we've got Matt and Waxwars. What's happening,
gentlemen? Great to be here.
Yeah, look at the background. That's a Dr. Zammsy, environment we're looking at, right?
Yeah, this is his laboratory.
What goes on there?
Look at that.
He this is like a Cater scope. It's a 377 model and has like a 1,000,000 power zoom. But even then, he has to shrink down to the size of an atom with his mech suit to discover.
Are you sure that wasn't a 388 model? I don't know.
Maybe. It sounds like you know what you're doing. Yeah, but anyway, it's really great being here, and we're just happy to talk about our project that's launching tomorrow.
Yeah, so you, our previous guest is also launching tomorrow. Different times. You're later in the day. They're early in the day, and I'm going to pull up your website here. The official website is drzamsy.com, DrZammsy.com. Who in the world is Dr. Zammsy, and what is the set all about?
Well, he's this doctor in this fantasy universe that I've been working on for, I'd say, 18 years. I mean, the first time I ever painted him was in art school. And over the years, I've just invented different little scenarios that he gets into. And yeah, I mean, essentially, he's just trying to create a solution to a virus coming from another dimension. And the whole story takes place about him just trying to figure out how to solve that riddle. But along the way,
vaccines, we all got to take vaccines. Is that what happens?
Well, you know what's funny is I've been working on this for so many years, and I'm just so fascinated by a doctor in this whimsical world taking care of, giants and slug people and apple creatures and all kinds of wild things that come up in my imagination. But I never expected that it would the IP would launch right after a real pandemic.
Right. We're like, ha, very funny, Matt.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think a lot of people think that I've been working on this all year while no one else has been working, or trying to find work, in the entertainment industry. And I decided to just cook this up. No, this has been going on for many years. But it wasn't until Rolf came to me about a year ago, actually, and said, hey, we got to work on something. Yeah, Waxwars. Thank you. And so he pulled me in on this card stuff. And I pitched him this Dr. Zammsy idea, and we just went to the races with it, and here we are. So
yes. This happens tomorrow. Yeah, let's. So Waxwars, is that your given name? Is that what your
Waxwars? Now, so I started back when it was Opskins before Wax, and when we were testing the Wax testnet, I made a little one of those stickers, the viral stickers. And I made it Waxwars, and this was about 2 years ago. So
nice.
It just stuck.
That's some OG stuff right there, brother.
Right.
Yeah,
the artwork on these cards, it reminds me of some, when I'd say 14 years old, right, reading fantasy books. Yeah, and it's whimsical, it's colorful, it
seems like a fantastical sort of steampunky kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of Comic Cons, and everyone thinks, oh, I've got this steampunk style, but I really think it's different. It's got a lot more sci-fi tech into it, so it's more like Victorian sci-fi fantasy than steampunk. Steampunk is a very specific look with lots of gears and monocles and eye things that go over your head and flowers in your top hat, or what. I mean, there's this very specific look to that, and so I'm obviously inspired by steampunk.
That's what I meant. I meant Victorian fantasy, sci-fi.
But essentially, we're trying to blend like Harry Potter, Indiana Jones, and Star Wars all into this totally original world story concept. So
now, are these characters going to be part of an ongoing game? You say this is the Chronicles of. So is there like? It seems like there's this unique storyline. Yeah. Does that storyline sort of evolve over time? And like, sort of reveal itself to the player as we're going along, or how's that work?
Yes, every time we create a new set, you'll get a new part of the story in a linear fashion. And if we get successful and we get some funding, then we're going to actually invest that into creating better animations for the card packs, as well as potential Pixar quality style animated shorts that will help tell the story of Dr. Zammsy in a whole new way.
So, hey, Matt, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
So speaking of Star Wars, we got some Star Wars people here. Matt actually drew a lot of the pictures you saw in the Clone Wars animated series. That was Matt actually drew those backgrounds that were in the actual show.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually worked at Skywalker Ranch for the first season 1 and 2 on Clone Wars. And then I got tired of painting lightsabers and clone troopers, so I jumped away, and I've been freelancing ever since on animated movies. But the actual process of making good friends and colleagues in the industry, if this really takes off, I'm going to, take that wide net and bring everybody in to help us out. So we're going to get some really high quality artists working with us if this does blow up. So,
for example, Joel, if you scroll down just to our epic animation, right in the middle there, yep, you can click on that. Click on the epic animation. The animator of this card was actually the animator of Yoda in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
So he was one of the lead supervisors for, Yoda, all the battle scenes, and then also, I guess George Lucas didn't like the puppet from Phantom Menace, so they replaced the puppet in Phantom Menace with a computer graphic, and he also did that work as well.
Yeah, so essentially, I painted the illustration, and then I separated it into all these layers, and then John went ahead and animated stuff. Like even the glowing shell, like Morris Minor, he's a fun little tiny 5-inch character that becomes a sidekick to Dr. Zammsy. When he gets really happy or excited, his shell glows, and he doesn't speak English. He just always says meet, But you can kind of tell his emotions based on his shell. All these little assets I gave him as layers, and then he was able to create this animation. So, but again, with more money, more time, we could create 3D assets, make these things like full on movie quality assets.
Well, you got to pay attention to maybe what Alien Worlds has done with their TLM token, right? Or what Cogs has done with their R Fox token, or even what Our Planet is doing with their Ether. And we saw earlier this week where Alien Worlds at one point was valued at over $1 billion because of their TLM token. So maybe you create a ZAM token of some sort that gets tied in, that becomes part of the game. And then I know that the Alien Worlds has got a lot of people knocking on their doors about funding at this point. This artwork is spectacular. This blows away most artwork that we've seen on NFTs. You tie it to a component, to a world with some land aspects of some sort and a token, and you're going to have unlimited funds to play around with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's cool is Dr. Zammsy's laboratory is set into this hospital on this island just off the coast of the world there, the Atlantic Sea. It's on an island. It's called Halo Bridge Hospital. And it has all kinds of different laboratories and surgical rooms and dormitories and gardens and all kinds of things. So the goal would to be flesh out that whole hospital as a place where people could go and experience new elements to the world, to the story. There's obviously this metropolis I've created called New Logan, where half giants with tailored suits and top hats walk the streets with humans and other creatures. It'd be cool to express what that would be like, and the stories that could unfold in that metropolis as well. So there's all kinds of different little corners of the world of Galagan, and yeah, the story will unfold. You just have to see the cards as they come out.
Much can be done here for sure. So looking through the set, you've got your common cards, your uncommon cards. Are all of the uncommons the same color? Is that how you know what they are?
Waxwars, you want to bring in on that?
Yes, the common cards
frames. The frames tell you what they are. Then you've got your special pink cards. Then you've got, after that, I'm assuming these are rare cards, rare animations, your epic animation, your master signature cards, and then legendary sketch cards. Is this should that be drawing, or that's the original sketch?
It's like a color key.
So Matt, hey, my big inspiration for this, and Matt is just the amazing artist, but for me, like, I was a collector. I've been a collector of all the wax NFTs like projects, and our big inspiration was Bitcoin Origins and also the Blue Wizard. Just like listening to your podcast with the Blue Wizard, I've probably listened to that like 70 times, and just listening to all his advice. And then with Bitcoin Origins, we wanted to model off them. And if their goal was to inspire somebody to create something awesome and to grow the wax space, they did their job. Because I mean, I'm on the Zoom calls with them, and we're always talking about, you know, growing the space and bringing high quality projects to wax, and making wax just a place where people can come and know those are the good projects.
That's great. Their artwork is truly amazing. I mean, what beautiful cards. It's a shame that more people don't pop those blocks, right? A lot of people save them to flip them, present company included. It's just the artwork inside is beautiful. So also just finishing these out, you got your Mythic Sketch, your Virus card. So the Virus card's rarer than a Mythic. That's the order? And then
correct. So the Virus card, there's only 4 Virus cards that will exist. So just learning from Nifty Gateway. Actually, there's a podcast with the guys from Nifty Gateway that I listened to, and then also the Blue Wizard, is that, you know, we wanted to make packs that everyone could have, and then we wanted to make stuff that's just rare and valuable for those kind of collectors. So the Virus card, and if you scroll up a little bit to the Cure card is going to be a 1 of 1, but the Virus card, there will be only 3 packs in existence that have just the Virus card.
And that's a virus you want to get.
Correct. And the virus isn't even like a virus you'd think of. These guys are called Internauts, and they're actually microscopic soldiers that are coming from the villainous Queen Vizidra. And so, you know, for a reason that we'll explain much later in the process of telling the story, she sends in these micro, you know, Internauts to infiltrate the world of Galagan and destroy their plant life. And so when Dr. Zammsy shrinks down to the size of an atom in his mech suit, he doesn't just discover like this virus that's, you know, part of an atom or something. It's actually a soldier. And so, you know, therein lies part of the adventure.
I'm looking at your launch page here. If you click on the buy up at the top, and it takes you to Atomic Drop. So you got the Dr. Zammsy box. There's 1 card in that. That looks like those are $13, about 54 wax. You have the rare animation box where there's 3 cards in that, and those are $89 essentially. It's 370 wax. And then you have the ultimate animation box, 8 cards, and that one right there. And to say how there's 220 of those. Those are $232. Then you got the other ones here where there's only 32 of these available, which is the Matt Gaser's collector box, 13 cards in that. That is $1,500. And then you get down to the Virus box and the Cure box. There's 3 of these Virus boxes. That's going for about 74,000 wax, and then which is about 17 grand. And then you have the 1 of 1 Cure box, which is 311,000 wax, about 75 grand for those right there. So basically, you're going to say, are you catering kind of to the whales and be like, buy this big box and then partner with us or something? I've never seen a pack so high, I think, on wax.
So, yep, this is an experiment, like we all are in the wax ecosystem. We're still at the beginning. If anybody knows, this is like Bitcoin 10 years ago in the NFT world. We are at the beginning, and we're experimenting here with these high price boxes are guaranteed cards. So you don't have to go looking for them. So we do have the base pack where it's the traditional pack where there's percentages and you go looking for those high value cards. But then we wanted to just try something new and have these high priced packs for those wealthy individuals who want a rare art item. Because if people don't know, billionaires keep about 25% of their wealth in art because it's a unique item that is pretty much there's no way you can reproduce it. It's unique, and it's not correlated to the dollar. Like it's something of value that will, when inflation goes up, it's still worth a very valuable thing. So taking that advice from others, I wanted to create a couple of these items. It's only, as you can see, there's only 4. It's a very small number of our total packs are these guys. So it's an experiment, and we're hoping that people want to fund our project and see 3D environments that they can explore and we're literally going to take anything we make from this and put it right back into the project and bring really high quality experiences for all of the fans and for everyone to experience.
Glory. I love that you guys are doing it like this. So really the only way to get the cure card is in this one right here and a virus card. And then the other 3 virus cards are in these 3 right here. You're not going to pop one of those in any other of the packs or collections.
And just so you know, if you want to scroll back down to the cure card, there's a lot of numbers you might be seeing in different with this world, and they are not insignificant. So the fact that there's 55 common cards, 34 uncommon cards, that might mean something in our puzzle realm that we're going to be introducing.
A little foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is a puzzle. There's one more thing I want to talk about here before we let you guys go. At the bottom of the page, let me get down to
bottom of the page.
This Sequence Masters. What are these?
So starting on Saturday, or as soon as it's ready, after the sale, we're going to have, again, I modeled this off Bitcoin Origins and the Blue Wizard, and I'm so thankful for them, forging ahead with new ideas and things. You're going to click on these buttons and there's going to be a password you have to enter. And basically, I don't know if you can share the screen with us, but we wanted to reveal the prize for completing the puzzle. When you click on those buttons, you're going to...
You want to share it from your side?
Yeah, if that's possible.
Go for it. The screen is yours. Share like you've just been given a box of cookies and don't want to eat them all.
Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is, I guess it was a little premature, but in one of the cards, you'll see that Waxundrium block crystals are what power this world. And the fact that they're called Waxundrium block crystals is, we're on wax. So these are going to be 1-of-1 animated cards that people will get if they solve the first person to solve the puzzle. There's 3 of them. We'll have 3 different crystals, and for example, this is for the blue crystal, the blue Waxundrium crystal, and then we have the orange. So whoever solves the puzzle first is going to get a 1-of-1 animated version of this, and then we're going to have a consolation prize, which will probably be the static version that goes to second and beyond who solve it as well.
Prizes. Nice.
Prizes.
I love that you're building gamification into it as well. Well, the sale happens tomorrow, which is Saturday. For those of you that are watching live here on Friday, the website, drzamsy.com. When you click the buy cards, it will link you directly to the place that you can actually purchase them. And I think you guys are going to do really well. It's really nice to see quality artwork. And today's show, I mean, you're the 4th segment, and I want all of it. Like, I want all of it. I'm such an NFT hoarder.
Well, I just love making art and working with Waxwars. It's just been so much fun to create this first set, and we hope we can make more. So that's the end game.
That's great. I have a question around that. So that one, you have that big price on. Why not? Because somebody's going to go there and buy that immediately. Why not make that one an auction so you get the whales sort of bidding against each other to try to get that big one?
That's a fantastic idea for the second series. This is an experiment, and we're just going to see. Hopefully, Matt and I have had so much fun making this series, and we said if it's a total failure, we had so much fun like creating a whole new thing, because Matt had some concept stuff, but we created most of this like in the last month or two. And it's an experiment, and we keep telling ourselves, let's make $1 first, and then
$1.
You're gonna make
on to the next
$1.
thing.
It's not going to be a failure. I'm seeing, we saw yesterday a piece of land in our planet went for almost $30,000 for one piece of land. You're going to have your whale who wants this, and it would not surprise me to see it go very quickly. So we wish you guys the best with it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Aloha.
All right. Rock on, fellas. Matt and Waxwars, drzamsy.com. We'll be watching your sale tomorrow, gents.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us on your show.
Hey,
You bet.
Thank you for coming
Take
on.
care.
That's great stuff, man. That was amazing art.
Thank you.